Alright, hello. How's everybody doing here? So back in stormworks here, trying to finish up my build for Alistair's challenge. So I did some work off screen. Redid the engines a little bit, some other work. So let's go ahead and continue work on this. Trying to get it wrapped up. We got Saturday. I have to look at the time. It says 2 days. I don't know if it's Saturday midnight or Friday midnight. But try to finish it up here. I did a little bit of work off screen. Went ahead, started working on some of the controls inside of the bridge. What else did I do here? A little bit of paint in here. Redid the engines. They're more powerful. Redid the drive system to make it a little bit faster. Just a little bit of this and that. How's it going there, Sergeant? Put the mirrors on, some screens. It's kind of getting... trying to get it wrapped up. Let's work on the crane. Let's see. Alright, so I need to make, let's see, what do we want to do? I didn't delete that, did I? Hopefully not. Let's see. 91% linear track set to quarter. All right, 91%. All right, 91%. All right. So this is the remote control, so I need to do some stuff to make this work right. If I want it to be a push, so yaw, we get the limit on there. I want to do this. Let's see. That's going to have a delay if I do it like this. So put in some conditions to make this work better with the remote control. All right, so if, let's see. Right, so if the delta is... We'll do this. Ow! Sorry about that, hit myself. Let's see. That's greater than 0, and this is greater than 0. Greater than 0. Alright, let's see. Okay. What did I want for... This is going to be... Yawn. Let's see, what did I have yaw? I think I had yaw at 0.25. Okay. Not X, what? I did press the Y key. There we go. Okay. Alright, let's run that for yaw. Pitch will be the same dealio, probably. Alright. Pitch will be some of the same dealio. No, stop. Alright, let's see. 2. I like it the way it was. Then I think we have 0.91. And what did I have the negative to? Let's update this. What the negative was set to, I already set that. 0. Okay. Oh yeah, because it has the piston. Okay, so it's got to be 0. Can I enable that? There we go. Okay, that's in there for pitch. Thank you, Caleb. How's it going? Good to see you. Appreciate it. All right, so do the same dealio over here. Pretty much the same as this. Exactly the same as this. Nice if I get this out of the way officially so that I can actually work here. There we go. All right, and that is, what are we doing for extension? Let's do 4. All right. See extra greater than 4. Okay, and that will go to extension. Yeah, what is all this crap? Winch is nonsense. Okay, that makes sense. All right. There we go. All right, let's give this a run. Check electricity real quick. Looks good. All right, that looks good. All right, let's give it a run. Okay, so that's not disconnecting it, so that's the first thing I need to do. I did put something on there for the disconnect. Did I not plug it in? I thought I plugged it in. Yeah, right there. Hardpoint lock release. Release. All right. Let's see why that's not releasing. Just change this real quick to something else. Yeah, I don't know why. Oh, that's why. Yeah, it would do it. Alright, let's see. 6. How's it going there? Variant and Rasmus. Hello, hello, hello. That one's already set. Alright. There we go. That's disconnected. Alright, crane up. Crane right. That's fast. We'll change the speed on that. So yaw's too fast. That looks good. All right, yaw's too fast. Wish there was a way we could, wish they'd add it so that we can put information into the up-down counters to change the rate on those. Let's go that. No clue where I'm putting all these microcontrollers. Yaw still feels too fast. There we go. All right. All right. Why does yaw still feel too fast? Let's see. Let's look at yaw real quick. See why it's feeling too fast still. All right. Up down counter increment 1. That still is a low max. Let's go real slow. See what happens. That feels better. Don't want it too fast, especially when you're swinging a load. Okay, we're gonna get this continual stopping, I think. If I do it the way I'm doing it. Let's see. Why is it stopping there? Alright, so that's too slow now. Alright, let's see. Okay. Alright, so that works fine for now. Let's get rid of this. Don't need it. Alright. Alright, what else do we need to work on here? I'm gonna keep it on the simple side. A little bit of stuff in here when I figure it out. Let's work on electricity. Let's do that. I think I want to work this dash. What I might do is put it vertical like this. Kind of like to slide that dash out a little bit. Gotta put the thing back on my mouse stamp on my mic. I tried having the pop filter off. It's not gonna work like that. It's gotta be a monitor then. All right, let's clear it. Let's put a monitor there. Okay. Actually, it's gonna work if I push the dash out. So let's go back. All right. Ah, okay, that's not gonna work like that. Shit. All right. That's engine stuff there. Let's work on electricity while we're here. Don't have a ton of space for microcontrollers. That's something I gotta consider here too. A little bit of hidey holes here and there, but not a ton. That's a 2-spot, huh? Start getting this stuff set up right. All right. Outdoor controls. Lighting. Hot bus the door. Hot bus all these doors. That'll be hot bust. Okay. Lights are hot bust. Crane will be on the main system. Alright, then this will go. We'll just join the bats like so. Alright, then we'll run everything through there. So all the let's undo these here. It's like a mess. This is one of the reasons I don't like setting them all up like this to feed everything. Because then when I go to change them out, it's a pain in the ass. Alright, that's good. And then that will go to here. These will go to there. That will all go, what is that? What's that? Alternator. Okay, good. That will go there. That's microwave, buzzer. Microwave and buzzer can go to here. Okay, that's good. Winch. Most of these, let's take, what's this? Why? Okay, that's all the mirrors and systems. Where's that going? Oh, that's back camera. Okay, that will go there, and then this will go here. Crane can go there. This winch can go there. Physics sensor can go there. All right, that's most of the electricity. Let's test the, I gotta test out the crane. And put a hanger on the crane. All right. Alrighty. I was looking at your truck there, Rasmus. That was a cool truck. Yes, that's good. This all needs to go plugged into here. Alright, good. Alright, let's grab a pallet and we'll do a test. I make sure electricity's off. It is. Okay, what the fuck? Oh, I didn't hook it up. That would be why. And I gotta change the way this runs then too. I want to do that for starting. Do that. Start the engine. Let's see. Start generator right there and there off 6, and we'll change it to the key. All right, let's go. And we'll get into it properly too. I like the blue accent. Alright, and we'll start driving. Oh, shit. Back it up, sucker. You kind of take it easy getting out of here. Don't have to take it that easy, it's just be a little bit careful getting out. There we go. Alright, no problemo. It's a little bit heavier, but it goes right up. No problem, right, even off of that. I have not gripped up the tracks. The tracks are on stock grip, so it's not having any problems even on stock grip. Alright. Okay. I don't know why there was pressure on it, but there was. And that's not fucking. Okay. 3 is that. Okay. Okay. I'll check that out in the hangar again. Why that's not fucking working. Let us see. That's down, up, Up, down there. Electricity's good. Electricity's flowing. Flowing to there, flowing to there, flowing to there, flowing to there. Good, good, good. All right. So let's see why. All right, 1, toggle to push, up, down. That should be 1 and 2. Sure they're plugged. They're plugged. Okay. Right, let's put a light. See what's up. And 3 worked, so that should be fine. Oh, come on. That is that one, and this one's up. Okay. I'll stand where I can actually see it, huh? Alright, nothing there, nothing there. What do I got? Extension is what up, down. I don't want these to be toggles though. I want them to be pushes. Just want to make sure they're working though. Let me make sure they're working first. I'll catch up with chat in a second. Oh, yeah, frequency 0. Oh, you know what? It is power. Just power. I didn't start the power. Well, I don't know. It wasn't running before. Let me check it real quick. Go back to the way it was on pulses, and then I'll go back and fix it after I check the power. I didn't turn the power on, so there's no power to the system. Okay, let's do this. I gotta put another layer in there. I stole another controller. I'm gonna have 9 million of them. Alright, let's put another layer in this. Stop. There we go. Okay. You know what? I'd go without that. Overdoing it for this for no reason. Just skip that shit. I was trying to get it to behave a certain way, but it's still not doing it the way I want it. So I think what I'll do is do this. No, I'll keep it the way I had it. Yeah, I'll keep it the way I had it. That's better than the problem of having, you know, two buttons pressed at the same time. All right, let's check some chat here. Will I change the fake dual wheels to real dual wheels on my trucks? No. I don't like the new ones as far as actually using on the truck because it's gonna. My understanding is there's no collision, so you get the narrow footprint. I need the wide footprint. The XML wheels give me a double wide footprint, so I need the extra footprint for hauling. All right, let's go test this out. That's the problem with these controllers is they try to remember the last position they were in, which is a pain in the ass. I wish they were as configurable as a seat. Like eventually this stops and I have to tap it again too. Now what's going on with my... There we go. See, like that's annoying too. You can't keep it there. All right. See, it remembers with the controllers, which is kind of obnoxious. Then I have to double tap it. Just the remote controllers could use some work. They're just like, I'm not all that thrilled with the way the remote controllers work. That's a pretty heavy pallet. I make sure I have some pictures for the workshop page. Jesus Christ. See, like, that's the shit that drives me nuts with these controllers. They don't remember the last position, so it's freaking obnoxious. So I have to put in counters in there just to make that work, so. I gotta do that in here. Let's see. Yeah, I gotta do this here, so. Alright. I gotta do it this way to put in essentially memory. Okay, copy it. Control C, Control V. Thanks. Do it again. Okay. Yeah, this way it will remember it in the microcontroller. Unless it sends out a pulse signal at the end. So hopefully this remembers its position now for the state of the mag. Alright, so now I can shut it off and it leaves the last position of the mag. Why that's not counting up, I gotta look. I have to double tap everything. It's kind of obnoxious. Yeah, without the collisions, there's no point in me using those wheels. You know, there are two things that I wanted from dually wheels. One, the double footprint. So, like here, I'll bring up paint real quick. So kind of the whole point of having, you know, multiple wheels in the truck is to have the footprint. So you have the, let's do that. Let's go ahead and, so there's like a top-down view of, a truck tire. So like this is the footprint. That's where it's the contact patch. That's where it's touching the ground. So when you have two tires, you have more contact patch on the ground. And so if you have more contact patch on the ground, you're spreading the load, you're doubling where the load's being spread. And so then if you go ahead and you have your axle, Christ on a cracker, can I just like do a layer once and not forget to do it? So that's, you know, so this would be how wide your truck is. The problem is with the way the devs did the tires, again, I think it's better than nothing. They're still good for cosmetic reasons, but they're not great, you know. And so the problem is now you have a footprint that's essentially that wide. So if you're trying to do something you don't want to tip over, it's more likely to tip over because this wheel will go in the ground. So that's useless to me, where the XML tire is superior. Now, the problem with the XML tire is because you're XMLing the tire, this one is powered, this one is powered, these are not powered. So with the new tires, they really have no benefit other than cosmetic. So if you want to throw it on a pickup truck that doesn't really need it, great. But you're narrowing out your foot, you're narrowing out how wide it is, so you're narrowing out your stance, and you're not getting any benefit out of either extra, you know, extra grip and extra power by actually making these outer wheels move. So when you XML the tire, you get the benefit of you now have a wider footprint. So you now have this width, so you're more stable, and you're still driving the inner wheels. So as far as I'm concerned, the XML wheels are still better because I'm not able to drive the outside wheels with the new ones or the old ones, but at least I have the wider footprint. So there's really no benefit as far as I can see to the new wheels, which is unfortunate, but it is, you know. You know, it's cosmetic. There might be a couple applications like for example, I have singles on some of my small tow trucks, and it'd be nice to put dualies on there just for looks, but it's all just for looks. You know, so I'm glad they put them in, you know, but I think they could have made them better theoretically. You know, I say I think because some people will be like, oh, they could have made them better. Well, who knows? You know, what is it, a limitation of the game? Can they not actually make the dual wheels? Can they not power the outside wheels? You know, I don't know. Maybe they can, maybe they can't. But you know, ideally, what you know, it was I had asked for them. You know, not I'm certainly not the only one who asked for them, but I asked from the Q&A, and Delta was like, oh yeah, we'll look into that. You know, again, you can only say so much in a sentence, but you know, again, they put in what they think we want sometimes, and then they put in what they can do. So I don't know which one it was. Cranes kind of doesn't work exactly how I'd like, but like for example, now go take it out and test it again. So there's two things that were kind of obnoxious that I hopefully fixed. Is one, the problem with these remotes is they remember what they did last, which is kind of obnoxious. So like for example, when I disconnect the controller, it will let go of the magall. So if I'm like start unloading the pallet like I was, as soon as I go down on the ground, now the pallet is motherfucker. I don't know why Alistair put it in this. I know why he put it in for the restriction, but I think it would have been better spawn it at a regular base and just put in the height width restrictions. He's just going to give himself a headache trying to get shit out of here because, you know, a bunch of them are going to be on the limit for width, and they're within the limits. It's just that they're paying the balls to get out sometimes because of those two bollards. But you can always do this. See, like that shit. It should not be reeling up. It is when you click into the remote control, it remembers shit, which I hate. You know, I don't like that. It shouldn't have a memory of what you did last. It should just wipe it. And if you want to put a memory in, you can do it in the microcontroller, so it gives you the option. Like I had to click that a couple times to get that to go down. So like now, I can, because I did it that way, I can get off this remote and it's still attached. Where before, when I went to undo the pallet locks, that detached. See, fuck, see, now it's gonna do this shit. I hate these remotes with a passion. I really do. Because see, it's got all this memory. It goes back to bringing it up and bringing it down. It's fucking annoying. Makes me not even want to play. Yeah, I might put a handle back on if the problem is I want to be able to go down on the ground and then detach it, but it's frustrating. I really wish they would make the remotes act exactly like a seat. Then I can configure it however I want. That's what I'd like them to do, is make the remotes just like a seat. So theoretically, I should be able to get off this, but the problem is watch when I get back on. It's going to drop it. So that's stupid. I hate that with a passion. That's really suck. Because sending a pulse through. So that shit's annoying. Yeah, that shit's annoying. Yeah, because part of the goal here is I need to be able to come down here and then... And I have to double tap everything, where normally I can change it so I don't have to double tap it. If I'm using a regular handle, it's easier. But I'm content with its strength. That's a heavy pallet. And then the other winch does work, so the other winch will be for ropes. The other issue I'm having here, converting this over to a remote, is I'm currently having to do a... I'm going to have to add another condition. So I have it so that when there is a delta and it's greater than, it will raise it up. What I need to do is change the condition a little bit, because it stops and I have to re-tap it. And then there's also... Fuck me. And then there's also a track up here. See, watch, it's going to drop it now. I hate these remotes. I really do. Yeah, I hate these remotes. No. Can't do that. The problem is every time you pick it up, it sends a signal through some of the nodes. So even though I have memory in the microcontroller, it sends a pulse through, an errant pulse that I don't want. So like here, you can watch it when I get on initially. Watch what happens. So, right, so look at the rope, the cable. As soon as I jump on, it's going to rise up because it's going to send an errant signal through. Now it's going to not do it. Probably because I didn't spawn this yet. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, it powers off. Yeah, so here. Watch, we'll put the power on. As soon as I click the button on, it's going to put the winch up. And it's going to detach. I didn't press any buttons. See, it shut the light off. And it also has changed the state of that. So it automatically is sending a pulse through all the signals. And it's obnoxious. So I hate these. Because this, and I press it again, this light's going to come on. It's going to detach that. See? See, it's on a double click too, so the second time, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then that will either be attached or not, so. And that's probably going to grab now. Yep, see. So that's the shit. It remembers it. It's obnoxious. I really like, I'm just going to get rid of the remote control. It's really like, I don't even want to play right now because it just pissed me off that it's like this. That just completely like took the desire to play out of me. It really did. That's obnoxious as hell. I spent a lot of time this morning working on this, and then like one of the big features of the crane, and then I can't get it to work the way I want to, so it kind of frustrates me. They need to work on those remotes. Because like there's no point in making this remote control where like the whole reason the remote control is so that I can start up on the deck, move it down to the ground, then go down to the ground and handle the cargo, or vice versa. And the problem being that every time I click into the remote, it's going to change the state, and it's going to drop the load, which means it could be up in the air, and it's going to drop the load wherever it is. And it's going to do stuff I don't want to, so I might as well just get rid of the friggin' remote control. So, go back to the handle, you know. So, like, what I could do is put a loading side and put 2 handles on there. Go back to the handle. I don't want the sticking over the edge of the thing. And then the other thought was to put a handle like here. Which, like, I gotta go way the hell out to do it. Put a handle, see now I can't put it out here because the bench is too narrow. Can I fit it in here? I can, okay. That's gonna make it hard to get in and out. Yeah, it's gonna be, the angle's gonna be funky with this winch here, but I don't really want this sticking out like this though either. Luckily, I left all the crane controls here. I'm gonna change a bunch of them anyway here. Yaw 1, that's fine. Linear tracks is going to be 4. Change my mind on that. Pitch is 2, that's good. Winch up is going to be... See, now I can actually change these how I want them, so let's just get rid of that. Yaw's fine. Pitch, linear tracks, that's all good. That can go, see ya. That can go, that can go. Okay, there we go. Right there, alright. Now I can change all these the way I want them, so let's use cameras. Alright, 2. This just like solves all my problems to do this. Alright, let's see. Ah, shit. Alright, and that's good. Now this fixes all my problems. Lose functionality I want. That's my main issue with the remotes, is like this just takes away so much of the functionality of the remote. Kind of blows. What are the look axes on here? Let's see. 9, 10. I guarantee these will be backwards. That's usually how it happens. What the fuck was that? Must have clicked the escape button when I didn't mean to. Electricity, that all good? Okay, that's good. Alright, small winch up. Actually, I want to get rid. I don't need the hard point anymore either. I'm gonna do it with occupied. Okay. Small winch up. down, mag all. If I can find it. There it is. Linear tracks. Yaw. Pitch. Medium winch down. Up. Comps there, cam. Alright. If it works on the first try, it would be a miracle. Excuse me, I'm walking here. And occupied's going to be the release. All right. Try to get out of this hangar in a reasonable fashion. Sensitivity is a little bit high on the track system. I just need to decrease it because, like, before I was able to easily get out of here because I could make small adjustments, and it's if I tap it too fast, it gets going too fast and it's hard to get out. Also, I'm not building it for myself either, so I want to make it so it's user friendly for others. And that fucking Christ. Alright, occupied. I forgot to do that. There's electricity looking there. Okay. First, let's just power it up and check the camera. Alright, that's good. Then that will reattach what I want it to do. Yeah, it's too sensitive here on the tracks. I gotta slow this sensitivity down. Also just need to be not rambunctious too, but doing testing, it's kind of want to be rambunctious. Alright, let's do the look. So, alright, that's not doing shit. What the fuck is up with the speed on this? Oh, I didn't configure it. Piss. Let's do this. Let's save it real quick. Let's load an old version. Load the new version. And replace the handle. I had the handle pre-set up on the other one, so that will save me a tick here. Alright, occupied, occupied. Composite. Camera. Alright, let's hope that worked. The fuck, man. Oh, it's power. Just power. Power's the issue. Okay. That's why I like try not to complicate the things before I'm done testing. It never happens that way. Okay. Why are you so rambunctious still? Alright, let's check some shit. Why is this so rambunctious? Did it not, like, actually take any of my saves? Let's check it real quick. Yeah, that's... No, we're supposed to be reset 100. No, is it? Yeah, let me look. Oh, yeah, I did remember I changed this. So, yeah, that's overly rambunctious. Let's go to yaw. I think I did 0.06. And then why in the sunny name of hell is this not doing my looks? These never got plugged in, is why. Okay. I guarantee they're going to be backwards, but that's an easy fix. Let's get this cleaned up before my brain breaks. There we go. How's it going there, Citrus? I'll catch up with chat in a second, guys. I'm just trying to get through these problems before I forget them, and then leads to aggravation. Where these microcontrollers are going, I have no idea. I don't have a ton of microcontroller space in this build. Alright. Alright, so you see it is moving. I need to put a multiplier in there. It's moving in the right direction, which is a shock and an amazement. Absolutely shocked and amazed. Alright, let's see. Where the hell is it? Where the fuck am I here? I clicked on the wrong one. Clicked on the old remote. Alright, there we go. Give me what I asked. Oh, bitch. You know what we're going to do here? This. I've been meaning to do this forever. There we go. Because it makes sense to me to have the one with one function before the one with three functions, and I had it backwards forever. And it's annoying. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's see. Go. That's perfect. Alright, good. Move this out. Alright, let's read some chat. Hopefully I don't have to steer to get out of here. Let's see. How's it going there, Trippa? How's it going there, CG? I'm working on the Alistair's challenge build there, CG. Hello, Citrus again. Okay, copy that. I'm happy with what I've got now. I'll look at your idea, but I'm gonna just keep it like this. The remote is, in its current iteration, I find the remotes to be pretty gimmicky in game. You know, if they gave us the options of a seat, I would be absolutely thrilled. That is still wicked. Why is that so friggin' zippy zappy? I gotta look at it. Alright, so now if I look down... That's backwards. 1 and 2 are backwards, apparently. Yep, those are backwards. Okay. Alright. Now I can look at the load from there. Yeah, I guess it's right. No, it isn't right. Okay. I might still do a active tilt on that camera. I gotta think about it. Alright. Let's do some fixes here. Where's my cursor? There it is. All right, let's see. Yeah, these are supposed to be pushes. That's part of the problem. Oh my god. Alright, let's go in, fix this. I want the look multiplier to be the same. The difference is going to be I'm going to put it on a pivot as well. Because I'm going to run out of zoom range on it. Actually, you know what? I should just put it in the post is what I should do. That's what I'll do. Let's put it in the post. Let's see. Up is 1. Yeah, okay. 2 is down. Yeah, okay. 4, 5. You see, it could be a connection issue too. Alright. Let's see. Down is down. Up is up. Okay, let's see what the hell my issue is. Alright, that's fine. What else did I want to do? Okay, let's work on that cam. Put it in the post. Probably mid-post, I'd say. Right there, under the lip. Okay. Should just move this out of this base for now. Make it easier to operate, but it's not too bad. You making some tea? I still don't want to go super fast. It does go faster than it used to. It's much more usable speed now. But I don't want to be super fast because the whole point is it's going to have parasite vehicles. So you'd want to use those. Alright, so now we've got full range. I can look all the way up at it. I can look down. So that's more usable now. Much better. All right. Yeah, I just would like what. So some of the things. Maybe I'll start doing some videos. I'm going to be very busy in the future here, but like one thing that I was thinking of doing some more videos of suggestions of things I like to see in the game. And, one of the things I would love to see is the small seat, the padded seat, be able to also essentially do what every other seat does, have all the nodes. That way you could really make some small, compact stuff. You wouldn't have a steering wheel or whatever, but, like, it's still for, like, rowboats and stuff like that. It would be really cool. So now, as you can see, I can see the load I'm looking at. Here we go. And now I can watch the load go down. Look at that. Giggity. It's right on the money. Sunny. Like, see, these are some of the things that the devs added. Like, one of the best things they added that, like, it's one of the reasons why I get pissy with the whiners who always go in the weekly updates, is it's kind of like what happens in politics is they, people will be like, well, what have you done for me lately? You forget everything that they've done, and then you say, well, what have you done for me lately? Well, it's like, yeah, this is how you get things in incremental changes. And so it's like the people who say, oh, just fix the game and don't do updates. You need to do updates to remind people that, hey, this new stuff's coming in. One of the best things they did, as far as I'm concerned, was the gimbal update, where they added things like that camera. You used to have to put that camera on both a pivot to go up and down and left and right. And it became huge and ugly and cumbersome. And now I can use the look command, the look controls, which we used to not have the look either. The look was added. And then they make it so you can integrate it easily with a camera. And now I can stand here and I can look down at the load. I can look up at the top of the crane, and it's really cool to be able to do that, And so I've got sight on it. We press 3, get rid of it, bring it up. Okay, good. If let's say we had a pallet right next to it, I look at the pallet, I move the crane. Okay, we go down with the pallet. 3, mag all, bring it back up. Okay, let's go ahead and let's grab this one again. So I don't even have to look, and that's why, I'm just going to abandon the whole notion with the remote control, because I don't need it anymore, because I can look with the camera. And so stuff like that was huge. And then the ability to, I'm going to do the spotlights so that I can, as I turn my head in the seat, that it will make it so that I can, move the spotlights with my head. So as I look and I'm driving, the spotlights will look where I'm looking. So shit like that, that's something they added. And so it's like when people poo-poo some of this shit, it's like, that's why it's kind of annoying, because they forget what was added, and they forget some of these great changes that were, good things that people in the community have been asking for, and it's because their one thing they've been wanting didn't get asked, they just completely ignore that other stuff. And it's like, and like the dually stuff, some people have been complaining about the dualies quite a bit. I don't think the dualies are great, but the intention is good. They tried to give us something new. It still has a benefit as cosmetics. It's not how I would have done it, but at the end of the day, they tried to put something in we asked for, and being grouchy about it is really counterproductive as far as I'm concerned. Even if you didn't really give a shit about being a normal human being, it's counterproductive to just shit on them all the time when they are giving things people have asked for. You kind of got to be like, okay, and then be constructive and be like, hey, I like the dualies, but I think they'd be better if you did X, Y, and Z. And that's, they might say, oh, okay, this is what people wanted. Let's see if we can add this in one of the weekly updates. We'll make it so that it has a collision, or we'll make it so it's powered too. Or they can come out and say, hey, you know what? We would love to make it powered. It's just we can't do it in the game engine. And then you understand, okay, it's a limitation. So, they know more than I do about the engine. It's something that just can't happen. And then once you have that in mind, you know that, okay, not to expect it and to wait for other stuff, And again, me complaining about the remote controls, I haven't made any videos on improving the remote controls, so I can't expect them to oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do the lock. I can't expect them to read my mind. You have to actually either put it where they ask for in the official bug tracker, or essentially hold your tongue, is because they've said, hey, do it here. It's not there. Don't expect them to hear you. And I'm going to push it. I'm going to push the slide all the way back on the tracks up to that door. That's why I opened the door. Just give me a little bit more space with my front door. And bingo. And now we can door works. So nice. I got to put a controller on that. All right. So nice. So I'm liking this build. It's coming along. Let's get rid of this altogether. See ya. So was inspired by an artist's picture for this build, and so for example, the crane was big and it was here, and they had like a little boat, a little raft up here, and so one of the reasons I put tracks here is you're going to be able to load pallets up there. You want to load a boat or a car or something up there, so stuff like that I think will be cool. Let's see, we need some stuff on here. What am I not using? Left, right. Alright, so I'm not using left, right. Alright, let's do that. You know, so we kind of, unfortunately, the surprise was kind of spoiled. You know, the surprise was spoiled with the motorcycle parts, but I think the motorcycle parts are really cool. So, you know, we kind of know the motorcycle parts are in the works now. You know. I think they're doing the right thing. Like, they made the announcement a couple weeks ago, like, why they don't announce shit too early. And I completely 100% agree with them on that, is, you know, when you announce shit too early, you build up a ton of hype, and all it leads to is disappointment, because it will never live up to people's imaginations. The best thing is to just have it come out, and then people are like, oh, that's cool. You know, you do it too early, it just builds up hype, and people are always going to be pissy about it and not be content. You know, so I think it's always best to just, like, just to release that stuff, and kind of let us see how they came up with it. And then if we want to add, you know, have some constructive feedback, great. But like, people asking for like a full-on roadmap, like, so many games have done that, and it just bites them in the ass. And I think a lot of them have learned, don't do that. And I agree, don't do it. You know, especially with this community, like, you see some of the people that we deal with, how they behave, and you're gonna say, you know, those people. You know, with a roadmap, what are they going to do? They're going to blow it way out of proportion in their head. It's never going to live up to their imagination, and then they're just going to whine, and they go, this is what you've been spending all your time on. So, I think it would be silly of them to do that. You know, it looks like, you know, they have a kind of a habit. I don't think it's a bad thing, but it's just their method is, you know, if you remember a couple weeks ago when they did they were essentially talking about, you know, hey, we're thinking about not doing any, you know, doing weekly, you know, doing essentially announcement week. Because, and, you know, part of it is you had a lot of people who just for no reason get pissy in the comments of like, this isn't an update. And it's like, yeah, it's announcement week, dickhead. You know, they don't pay attention enough to know announcement week is when they announce things. You know, and so, you know, and then some people like, yeah, why don't you just, like, not do announcement week and just do the update week, and then you can spend that time on other stuff. And so I think that's what they decided to do, you know. That's why we didn't get one yesterday, is it's announcement week. So we're not getting them on announcement week anymore, which I think is probably not a good idea. I don't know. I think it's good to always have that, like, interaction with the community. Like, the grouchy, pissy people are going to be grouchy and pissy no matter what. But when you as a dev check in every week, like, you know, Out of War does that. Every week they check in. I think that's good. Like, I use the example of Derail Valley. Derail Valley is a great game. Let me see. Derail Valley is a great game. And they have not had an update since last February, and it's coming out this month, supposedly. It was supposed to be out last month, and they moved it to this month or next month. I can't remember. And, you know, for the most part, they have been radio silent. Like, every once in a while, they'll go into, like, the community's conversations, and they'll respond. I think it's much better what the stormworks devs do, where they were coming in on a weekly basis, because it's that little bit of, you know, communication with the community is pretty rare to get weekly communication, and I think it's a good thing to do. So, I don't know, we'll see how it works out, but personally, I think just, you know, even just checking in and again saying, you know, we're working on some stuff, we'll see you next week for that, you know, I think is, you know, people cry about it, they'll be like, what's the point of you calling in? But it's, again, you're checking in with the community. You're showing them that you're there and you're working on the game. So I kind of tend to think that's a good idea. This needs electricity too. I do not have a ton of spaces to hide microcontrollers. Actually, in the back wall, it's kind of double thick, dummy thick. I might be able to get some hidden back there. But I got to be careful with getting too many micros. All right, I'll quickly check some chat here. Yep, I know. I almost put a giggity in after that, Tripper. What are the specs of this build thing? Like, what do you mean? Like length, width, all that stuff? I haven't really measured it yet because all it needed to do was fit in the base. So. Exactly, yeah. Well, like CG's got a good attitude. Like, he doesn't care about the dualies, but other people do, you know. And it's like that's the thing that some people are just so selfish, and it's like not everything's about you. You know, sometimes games are gonna put things in that don't do anything for you. You know, like Ark had a new dinosaur put in yesterday. I like it. It looks interesting. How much I'm gonna use it, I don't know. You know, sometimes it's just not gonna be for you. You know, and then other times you're going to be really interested in something somebody else isn't going to care, you know, and it's, somebody else getting what they want doesn't pick your pocket. It really doesn't. It's just selfishness a lot of people have. You know, it's good for the, shit, I didn't hook it up. Pass. I did hook it up. God damn it. I did. Getting distracted myself. You know, it's like, you got a bunch of people who, like, they want the pressurization major update gone, and they want it reverted back, and it's like, I love it. It's like, there's so many things that I've done with it. You know, I think, Sergeant, didn't you do air brakes this week? You know, ton of cool stuff. Like, I've simulated hydraulics, and I've simulated pneumatics, you know, and you think, like, a lot of people just have no imagination. And part of the problem is, again, I won't throw too many stones, but like a lot of those people were people who, like, they don't give a shit about engineering. They don't give a shit about building. They came in because they want to just grab something off the workshop, go play for 20 minutes. They get bored easily, and that's what they want. Well, that's not what this game is. There are games like Brick Rigs and everything else that's what that is 5 minutes you can have a working car. And the problem is it takes 5 minutes to build a car, you know. It has no value. The reason why things have value is because they cost something, and so often it's time or money, and money is time. You know, if you buy something expensive, you spend a lot of time at work making that money, so it has value. You know, and the builds that you spend a lot of time on, you know, you have a lot of memories of working on them. They have the intrinsic value of just that time spent. You know, you have to, like, you know, we look back at our old builds and how terrible they are, and you can reminisce on that. You go, oh, I was terrible back then, and I'm so much better now, and that gives you a sense of accomplishment. If the game is super easy, there's no sense of accomplishment. You know, it's the things that are hard in life that gives you that sense of accomplishment. You know? You know, like, if I go land an airplane and the weather is easy peasy cake, and there's no bad weather, it's not memorable. But the times you've come in and the weather's really bad and it was a challenge and it was hard and the whole time you're struggling and you put it down and you did a nice landing in terrible weather, that's what's memorable. You know, and I think a lot of those people just need some life lessons at some point. You know, there's a reason why people get excited when they graduate from college. Is, you know, they dedicated a lot of time to it. They worked hard. You know, it paid off. You know, when people get excited when they get a promotion because it was a lot of hard work over years of doing it. It's like the things that come easy, like those aren't rewarding. You know, and I think a lot of those people have yet to learn those lessons. Like, I can even look into the hold here like this. Good, that clears that door. Beautiful. All right. I think this is a cool feature. I really like this. The ability to load pallets. Like, I can load them on the roof, I can load them on the door, I can load them inside, I can also put cars inside. Like, that's the sort of stuff that I like. I like the Russian dolls nature of it. I don't know why this is getting sticky here. I'm stuck on these microcontrollers as part of the problem. That's what most of it is. I'm just jammed up on the microcontrollers. But, like, it's kind of cool. I can still kind of jump through here and get on the control handle. Yeah, it's just probably the strength of that yaw pivot isn't all that strong. Kind of binding up at some point. There we go. All right. I can go push that on the tracks. Like, one thing that, like, you know, people are criticizing the game for is, like, the superhuman strength you have, and it's like, you kind of have to do that because IRL, you have more dexterity, and you can kind of, like, you know, you can move your body in a reasonable fashion, and in games, oftentimes you can't. So you need that superhuman strength to be able to do things like push the pallet, or else you're going to literally be there all day trying to get the thing set up. So you need that extra human ability to be able to make it, you know, not tedious. So, like, because I can push this pallet around, you know, it's very heavy. I don't have to spend all day down here getting it right aligned. I can stand here with my character, set the lock. Did I just drop it? I just probably did. Release pallets on. Okay, okay, I just pressed the wrong one. I gotta do the brake on the other side. Get up there, sucker. There we go. Did I shut the lock on or off? I can't remember. Release pallet off, and lock is... There we go. No, lock's on. I think. I might have released it. I don't fucking know. I'm just testing it too. I don't need to be precious with it. So yeah, this gives us good utility, the ability to put a couple pallets. You know, I can put at least 3, 4 pallets on here. Probably get 2 up on the back deck. There we go. Alright, good, good. Let's see, the frame controller lock. Seal state true, lock seal false. Okay. Probably backwards. What I could do is just do... You see how I have them? You actually want a 0 do door lock. Yep, 0 do door lock. That will do it. All right. All right, good. Let's save it. Let's see which one it is. Backup. Let's shave over the backup. All right, let's read some chat here. Yes, I'll build a Goldwing. I was riding my bike the other day. I love riding in the fall. Like, my suit is nice and insulated, so I always wear my suit for safety. And it's when it's hot out, it's not fun. So it's nice when it's in this weather. I enjoy wearing the suit. Yeah, I've driven some spicers. How's it going there, Walter? Hello. Hello, Gorillix. How are you? I'm glad it worked for you. Let's make sure you're using the most recent one. There's the Steam tutorial series. That's the most recent. The old one still works, but the newest one's always the best if you can grab the new ones. Yeah, yes, some of the grouchiness over the pressurization major update. Like a lot of people have some false memories with that too. Is like they were talking about how it was broken for months and months and months. I literally so it came out October 12th. And I put out my Steam tutorial. It was November. I have the dates, because I put out a YouTube video, so it has all the dates. And so, like, some of those people complain about say it was, oh, it was broke for like 3 months. It really wasn't broken for 3 months. Like some people's systems were broken because they were using weird stuff. But for the most part, it was pretty much locked after a month. So they did make some changes. They changed the pressure node, stuff like that, which for those people broke their Steam systems because they were using that faked pressure node. But for the most part, like they locked the actual mechanics of it after it only took about a month. Which in the grand scheme of thing, like people, oh my god, it's a month, but it's grand scheme of thing, it's pretty minuscule the amount of time. Like looking at it now, a year, it's a little over a year now since the pressurization major update came out. That's I think it's a good thing added, and it really didn't take all that long to get it kind of solidified. All right, so let's see. I probably should start hiding some freaking microcontrollers. What was that? That was suspiciously 2 microcontrollers. I was gonna say that's suspiciously deleted 2 things. All right, so there's some space there. These engine micros are bigger than they need to be. I'm gonna hate doing this, but I should do this. I get the blower, we get the clutch. What can I get rid of on here? Let's see, engine, RPS, air manifold, fuel manifold, clutch, starter, coolant pump. Coolant, I have a pump, alternator, radiator fan. Battery, yeah, I actually can't get rid of much. Alternator PID value can go. I need to lose 2. Okay, these 2 can go. And then I just need to move the blower. Okay. I didn't change the size, did I? I'll change the name of these in a second. This one is which? Top. Okay. Gorgeous. All right. I got a couple spots there, and then what was this? This is nada. Nada, 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 nada. Pretty much nada in there. Okay, nada. That can be a 3x3. We have a 3x3 hanging around here. Okay, let's grab one of these. What are you, sir, madam? Engine info, monitors, speedo, crane, drive system. Okay. Okay. Alright, and then we got a long banger there. What are you? Drive system. How many bangers are you here, sir, madam? 4x1. And then all this, like, not all of this, but like a bunch of this, like all this in here can be, this can be all micros there. Under here can be micros. To there. Okay. It's always a good idea to know where all your voids are so you can come back in here and start doing micros. Put shit away. I always try to think about that now, where my voids are. As you start putting more and more micros in, you're like, I need space. Got space there for a void. Yes. Okay. Okay, good. And I took care of all those. So that's all the micros for right now, so that's not bad. And I still have some spaces for stuff as I need them. All right. Good, 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 good. I don't want to change these. So the way these handles currently work is I have to hold them. This is the new thing they added a couple weeks ago, which was the handles now have a boolean. So the thing is now if I let go, it will, I don't know. I kind of like it. I have to let go of them to do it. It's not the most convenient of things, but it's not bad either. Like I can still do that. I'll leave it as it is. It's fine. I gotta fix that color though. Like, see, you get pulled in a little bit on those, but that's all right. I don't give a shit. As long as you stand close enough to it, it works. I can do some coloring. That's the stuff that sucks when you're doing a challenge and you miss coloring like that. Just a little sloppy. Yeah, do this. It's one of the best tools in the game is this select tools. It's just so useful. I'm glad I colored the ceiling there. Because it's a lot of games, they don't have this, and it's just, it makes it a pain in the ass to build. It's like a bunch of people, like, they asked in the Q&A, like, people like, oh, I'd like to be able to build live in game. And I hate that. Like, I'd much rather do it in a workbench. Because, like, I remember back to Space Engineers, how much of a pain in the ass that was to, you know, like, floating around and building. It's like, I'd much rather do it in a workbench where I can fly and float, and I don't have to, like, dick around too much. Definitely my preference to do it this way than that. Where are we at here on this? Right there. Okay. Lighting needs to be done. Okay, we get some more micros in here that need to go. What are you, sir, madam? You are the door pivot there. You are what? This is the old drive system, so see you later, alligator. Alright, good. Good, 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 good. There. What are you? Nope. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna need lighting. I gotta figure out what I want to do with lip edge here. I think I might do the blue accent in there too. A little bit of color. I think I'm going to do this ceiling color down there too. Keep it the same. And I think I'll dress the door differently. I'll keep the door that darker color. Okay. Yep, that would be good. All right. And then this light's going to go in the front here. Okay. That's a void there too, so that could have some micros if need be. If the need shall arise. Talking two off the wall there. Make sure I didn't delete. Oh, perfect. Look at that. That was just perfect guesswork. There you go. All right, and then engine room is going to be pretty Spartan and basic. We will put a light right there. All right, lovely. Still gotta get this. Let me check. I'm trying to get the color I want. I had a color saved and then I went over it. It's kind of like an aqua color. Let me just stick with this and see if I can't get it instead of screwing around all day. Go, where's, you know. That's good. That'll do. That'll do, pig. Pretty good here so far. How did you get colored wrong? Yeah, moving along. All right, let's check some chat. How's it going there, officer? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Yes, it would be nice of them to do turbos. Like, I think, you know, again, these are some of the things that, again, they open a door and you don't necessarily always take that route, but when they open the door for these things, it means it's possible in the future. So, for example, like, you know, they might not get to it, people might not be interested, but it gives them the opportunity to do it. And so, for example, by putting pneumatics in the game, we could get a pneumatics update at some point where, for example, you know, you are able to compress gases and liquids. There's your hydraulics update. And then you can make hydraulics and pneumatics do things. For example, hydrostatic drives, where you take the impeller, you push, you know, 60 atmosphere liquid or 11 atmosphere liquid through an impeller, and it causes the torque output to rotate. Therefore, you can have a hydrostatic drive. This, I would much rather this vehicle be hydrostatic. So what you would do is, instead of me turning a generator, I would have this turn a couple impellers. Those impellers would pressurize liquid. That liquid would then go to another impeller, which would actually drive the wheels. And so that's how I would rather control this. You could also do it with pneumatics, where you do the same thing, but instead of liquid, you move air. And the difference is the pneumatics can compress more, so it allows more shock in the system. And so that's beneficial. You could also have things like, for example, automatic transmission often uses a hydraulic coupling to operate. And so you could do things like hydraulic couplings. And so stuff like that, you know, they really open that up. So, like, you know, no idea if they're actually going to do it. I hope they do, but I think the door is open for hopefully that sort of stuff in the future. And you can imagine, like, they could have a pneumatics update and a hydraulics update where not only do we get turbos, but we have the ability to do hydraulics and pneumatics, and that's exciting to me. That's the sort of stuff that I'm really hoping for. And because of the pressurization update, that stuff is now possible, where before it wasn't. And so, that's the sort of stuff that they have opened the door, whether they plan on doing anything or not, is to be seen. But you definitely have that opportunity now. I need this. I need a control on that. I still have tomorrow too. I'm doing well, officer. Good to see you. Yeah, there we go. Sergeant talking about hydrostatic drives and motors. Yep. This is for Alistair's challenge. It's an Arctic rescue vehicle, so it has the ability to, you can put a little car in there or pallets. You can put pallets up top anywhere here. So it's kind of a versatile Arctic vehicle. Let's see what it says. I got Rasmus's messages here. Okay, Rasmus, thanks for the Okay, thank you, Rasmus, for that logic. Appreciate that. Just checking some messages here. Let's see. So it says it ends Saturday, October 19th at 12 a.m. So that would be, the morning. So we have pretty much all day tomorrow. So, it would be a day, midnight tonight. So, like, I still have tomorrow. I could work on this, and I'll finish it up tomorrow. Yeah, live world building, I have no desire to do that. It would just be obnoxious. I think some of those people want that because they think it's a great idea to build with their friends. Like there's a bunch of things like that's got to be in the game right off the bat to make that work. Like I've talked about that before. It's like, for example, like I think it would be a big pain in the ass. For example, you have your friends trying to build something. Like, how do you handle symmetry with, with two people building? Like, is that going to cause the game to crash? Probably. It's just if it's built from scratch to operate that way, I think it's one thing. I think shoehorning stuff in, it's like you see how many people cry and complain about multiplayer. Multiplayer was shoehorned in after, as because the community wanted it. And they put it in, and then it's nonstop bitching. It's like, they didn't have to add that. They added it because people asked for it, and then it's been nonstop bitching since. And unfortunately, that nonstop bitching, what the lesson is learned is, okay, don't add shit like that, And, you kind of have to be like, well, it's not as good as I'd like, but, I'm glad they added something, and, kind of take what I get, That's kind of the attitude I take towards it, is like I enjoy doing multiplayer. It's not perfect, but it was never intended to be in the game, and so you kind of got to be like a little bit reasonable, and some of those people don't understand that by being unreasonable, you then make the devs say, fuck it, I'm not going to add it. It's going to be constant complaints. I'll just say it's not possible, and that's the sort of shit that I think some of those people don't get is, they're their own worst enemies in that regard. They need to just chill the fuck out on that sort of stuff. Alright, let's see. I'm happy enough with that. Alright, we got lights in there. I'll put the standard dimming panels in everywhere. Got lights. Yeah, I've got like no interest in any sort of live building. Just like cooperative building is just like, ugh. Like, I get it. Like if they could do it and not change the building, great, fine, do it. But I find that unlikely. All right, so I think I'll take a break and I'll jump off. I want to play some flight sim at some point, so I might jump back on flight sim, but quickly. I've been working on this all this morning too, so let's go ahead and save it. Then I get tomorrow. I'm actually kind of enjoying working on it again. I was kind of like not want to work on it at all, but so I'm kind of enjoying working on it. So some of the things I did off screen earlier was I put bigger engines in, so I have double engines. This thing goes faster and it charges the battery all the way up, no problem now. You know, so lighting's pretty much left to be done. It can take a car. You can put pallets on here, on there. What else does it need? I need to work on all the lights. Just put in a lighting panel. A little bit of dress up inside of the cockpit. I'm like not gonna go crazy like with detailing and bullshit. I'm like, I don't like the detailing phase. Other people do a much better job, and I'm just like, it just doesn't interest me. You know, they do super details on stuff. But get the lighting in here. I'm content with it. I kind of like the simple, you know, look of it too, and I want it to look like it's stormworks. That's it's kind of my aesthetic is like, that's one of the reasons I don't like too much XML is I want it to look like stormworks, you know. So I'm content with the color schemes. I might do like a little shadowing on stuff, like something like this. So like coming in here and just like hitting start darkening out the lower elements like that, stuff like that. You know, that gives a little bit of depth of paint, so I gotta go through and do that, but that's quick. You can kind of see it just has a little bit of a darker. So the corners look dark because they're underneath, and then, you know, like, so this still gets a little bit of sun, so that was 7 off, and then go full 10 off here for underneath. So like under here is completely, you know, the sun wouldn't hit this at all, so fucking symmetry. Oh god, Christ. Ugh. I hate it when I don't have symmetry on. It's brutal. You always have to go in the game and see what it's going to look like when it's actually in the game, too. Just to paint a little bit of depth. Like that lip there. Let's see like how that looks. You see like that looks like the sun's just not hitting it now. It's a little bit darker. And then this here, it's like it's less of a slope, so it's probably more, a little bit more sunny than this. So like say 5 on that. What the? No. No. I accidentally hit the OBS button. Come on. What's going on here? Okay, it is painting. Just I can't tell the difference. It's pretty minor. Like all this here. So that's all that, and then this will get the same treatment. It's at the same angle as that side piece. Will you grab? Did he grab? 17? What is that? What the fuck? Will you grab the right colors? Thanks. Come on, man. Annoying. It's a pretty minor color change there. And then this can't be colored. This is the belly color because it has shit. This can't be colored because that's weight blocks. So again, that's another thing. Like I think people would be thrilled if they would go and make it so that we can color that weight block diamond. That would be huge. Because I think a lot of people kind of are annoyed by that, myself included, where it's you know, it makes it so you have to color a certain way. And then like this will get this treatment here because it's kind of under the shadow of this. So actually let's go full on that because this is getting like no sunlight back here. That gets no sunlight back there. This should be like silver. Not that silver, more that. Okay, good. Why are you colored brown? But we'll do that. And then this. This will get a little bit of a darker color, so that maybe drop it. 7. Okay. This gives the paint a little bit of depth. Like even going nuts and going into that area there. Yeah, like that gives it a little bit more. Like this looks different now, a little bit of 3 dimensions on it. Like this needs a little bit darker because it's on an overhang. Like this will get a darker treatment there, but like under there, and you can see it kind of looks like under here needs a little bit. On the sides here need a little bit of a darker hue. Back under some of there. But we're coming along. Alright, save this up and I think I'll jump off. Yeah, it's coming along. I think it should be ready. I was kind of... I didn't know if I wanted to work on it. I didn't know if it was going to actually get done for the end of the challenge, but I think it's going to definitely be that. Yeah, paintable wedges would be cool. How's it going there, Axel? How are you? Let me finish up with chat, and then I'll jump off. Alright guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like the video if you're new and you enjoyed it, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys next one. Thanks for watching.